Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is Montana This Morning from Montana's news leader.
Well, good morning, and thanks for kicking off your work week with us here. I'm Justine Stewart.
And I'm Louis Storch. Hopefully having a good start here Monday. Justine, for me, yesterday, I don't know if a day could get much more perfect than that.
It was beautiful. Went out for a walk, spent most of my day outside. Yeah. A lot of people in my neighborhood I just saw out and about, so.
Yeah, no, it was one of those days like you could wear shorts, then like a long sleeve shirt. Yeah. You're good to go, not too hot, not too cold. Same thing for today. Unfortunately, it's Monday, so we got to go to work and school. But the good news is we're going to keep these nice temperatures in the forecast pretty much all week, but we are going to see a little bit of changes by the end of the week. So we'll be talking about that. Here's your forecast headlines this week. High pressure, sunny and mild. That's today. Now tomorrow we're going to see a cold front approach. With this front, showers are going to increase northwestern Montana. Breezy as well. Could get some gusts around 25, even 35 miles per hour, possibly higher than that as you head east towards the Continental Divide. And then an active weather pattern for the end of the week. Sunny and warm Wednesday and Thursday, turning rainy and cold by Friday. Here's your forecast for today. We're going to see highs in the 60s with plenty of sunshine overhead.
The Interior Secretary, Whitefish native and former Montana Congressman Ryan Zinke, proving to be one of the more controversial and colorful members of President Donald Trump's cabinet. It goes beyond marching to his own drummer. He also flies his own flag. Tom Foreman explains.
Even outside the Interior Department, it's easy to know if the secretary is at his desk because he has ordered the secretary's flag raised above the building when he is in and taken down when he is out, according to the Washington Post. The Queen of England's staff follows a similar protocol, but on this side of the pond, not even the president does that.
Ryan is an Eagle Scout from Big Sky Country in Montana.
Still, from the get-go, Ryan Zinke has set himself apart.
Those that don't know me, I get my inspiration from Teddy Roosevelt.
Like the 26th president who served in the military and rode horses through D.C., Zinke is a former Navy SEAL who cowboyed up for his first day on the job. Boots, hat, and saddle. Like Roosevelt, Zinke's a big fan of hunting and fishing. But unlike Roosevelt, who protected 230 million acres of public land, Zinke almost immediately began issuing orders to roll back restrictions and open more public lands to fans of both sports. He even installed a deer hunting video game at the Interior building.
You are the new hunter hero.
Zinke sponsored a Bring Your Dog to Work Day, and while several departments offer commemorative coins as souvenirs, Zinke again took it a step farther, having one stamped out with his name. Some of his actions have provoked sharp criticism. Several trips he made involving private jets and government aircraft are being scrutinized by federal watchdogs, including one visit to Las Vegas during which he spoke to an NHL hockey team owned by a political supporter.
It's great to be here.
His aides say all the trips were justified by scheduling matters. Yet environmentalists have raised alarms over how much they say Zinke is meeting privately with oil, gas, and mining interests while leaving activists out. Zinke's assessment of the uproar about the jets? Well, he cited another Rough Rider from the past.
I'd just like to address, in the words of General Schwarzkopf, a little BS.
As for the special flag, a spokesman for the secretary tells the Washington Post it's meant to show that he is in garrison and a sign of commitment to transparency. The state of Montana is set to collect taxes on nearly $19 million in annual medical marijuana sales, that estimate adding up to hundreds of thousands of dollars in tax revenues. Medical marijuana making money for the state as providers begin submitting a 4% gross sales tax. The Department of Revenue expects the state will collect $750,000 in the first year of that Senate bill. Due to administrative and startup costs, the new bill, the general fund, will see only a fraction of that money. The second year of the tax, which will be lowered to 2%, will generate $380,000. Medical marijuana sales are expected to hit $18.75 million in the first year for Montana. Well, hundreds of people gathered to celebrate with the Jeanette Rankin Peace Center last night. It wasn't just individuals, but also many local businesses.
We feel so strongly that the work we do is about all of us doing it together, and it's a community effort. It's not just the Peace Center working for peace, it's all of the great organizations that we have in Missoula. And we feel so strongly about that we've invited them all here.
Some of the other groups involved were Habitat for Humanity, Veterans for Peace, and Soft Landing Missoula. The event was hosted at the Art Building at the Missoula Fairgrounds. There was live music, food, and both a silent and live auction to raise money for the center's programs. The Peace Center's membership surpassed 1,100 members, and about 80 volunteers helped to organize that event.
We won't make peace until the environment is fixed. We won't know justice until people of color know justice. I mean, it's all interconnected and interdependent, and so we have to work together, and that's why this is so important. Our theme this year is Piece It Together.
They also raised money that will go towards rebuilding the Missoula Peace sign. Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks bear specialists have been busy this summer and fall managing Montana's grizzly bears. Here's an inside look at what they deal with on a regular basis. FWP released a management plan and environmental impact statement for grizzly bears in 17 western Montana counties. The plan aims to focus on future grizzly bear management in western Montana outside of the greater Yellowstone area. This after an increase in bear numbers and distributions in the western half of the state. The environmental impact statement focuses on current management programs to ensure successful conservation efforts in the future. For more information on the plan, you can go to our website, KPAX.com. The death toll from the California wildfires has risen to at least 40 in what is now being called the deadliest week of wildfires in the state's history. Officials say thanks to easing winds, though, 2 of the 3 most destructive fires in Northern California are now more than half contained. Some residents of the hardest hit areas in Sonoma County have been allowed to start going back to their homes. After an unprecedented wildfire season here in Montana, some Bozeman residents were more than ready for their annual tradition, which dates back more than 40 years. The Highlight firefighters had their pancake breakfast over the weekend. It was open to the public at the Highlight Fire Station. The breakfast featured an assortment of food, and it allows the public to check out their Life Flight helicopter. There was also activities for the kids, and families even got to ride in the fire trucks.
Our firefighters absolutely love doing this for the community. They have a good time doing it, and they're great cooks. Yeah, over the years it just gets busier and busier, and last year we did 1,000 people, and we expect to do that and then some this year.
And we continue to be humbled by your generosity as support continues to pour in for the Montana Wildfire Relief Fund. Over the past month, a partnership between the Montana Television Network and the Montana Community Foundation has raised over $452,000. That's thanks to contributions from across the country. And we are officially in the next phase, the application process. Organizations, groups, and individuals who think they may qualify are welcome to apply between now and November 10th. Just go to our website at KPAX.com. Time to send on over to Lewis now this morning. He's got your weather on the 8s.
All right, thank you, Justine. Good morning, everyone. A beautiful day yesterday. I have a few pictures that I want to show for you here this morning. First, this was taken by Shiloh here in Missoula. Beautiful afternoon, clear blue sky. Still have the great colors over the river there. Shiloh, thank you so much for this picture. It's going to look like this again today, guys. So if you can, try to get out and enjoy. And then how about this one sent in to us by Tracy, the Mission Mountains there. Another beautiful picture, another beautiful fall-like afternoon. So everyone, thank you for some those pictures. We have a lot more to get to. We'll do that here as we move throughout the morning. It is pretty chilly to start this morning, so if you are heading out, grab those jackets, dress in layers, because by this afternoon, like I mentioned, we will be up into the 50s and lower 60s, but we are at 29 in Missoula, 33 in Polson, 24 in Kalispell, 29 St. Regis, seeing some 40s though there in Hamilton and Phillipsburg, so not too bad here in southwestern Montana, 25 there in Salmon, and then we are at 25 in Seeley Lake. Now we are going to see a cold front approach tomorrow. It's not going to drop temperatures a whole lot. What it is going to do is bring us in some scattered rain showers, and it's also going to see the winds pick up. So here in this yellow shading, this is a high wind watch for Tuesday. Most of that north central Montana. Winds 25 to 35 miles per hour with an occasional gust possibly up to 65 miles per hour. This includes Glacier National Park, and then as you head east over towards the Continental Divide. So really windy, expecting that for tomorrow. So looking at the winds on our model here, we'll stop it this afternoon at around 3:30. Notice it's going to start to pick up. So even breezy today in northwestern Montana, especially though north central Montana, and then it looks like most of Montana tomorrow is going to be seeing these windy conditions as that front approaches, especially north central part of the state where Cut Bank, Great Falls, Lewiston, and Havre could see sustained winds around 30 miles per hour, and like we saw, gusts of 50, even 60 miles per hour. Western Montana and northwestern Montana will have those gusts around 25 to 35 miles per hour. Here's your 7-day forecast for Missoula. 63 today, 64 and breezy tomorrow. Slight chance of a shower on Wednesday. How about 70 on Thursday? Then cooling it off with showers by the end of the week and the weekend. Kalispell, 60s today and tomorrow. 56 on Wednesday, 65 Thursday, and then we go 50 with rain showers by Friday. Same thing for Hamilton. Highs in the 60s all the way through Thursday. 50 on Friday, 48 Saturday.
That's crazy. 70 degrees and then just dropping so quick.
I know.
Up and down.
It's going to be about a 20-degree temperature change from Thursday to Friday.
All right, well, stick around because we'll be back with a lot more coming up after this. But first, here's some birthday shout outs for you this morning.